Now then, Makita 18 volt batteries. That's what we're looking at today. If you remember, you might not, I picked this 6 amp hour Makita battery out of the scrap, and it was totally dead when I got it at home, and I thought, and I remember Lee and myself were experimenting with some Hitachi batteries that he said went totally dead almost instantly when he was using his little angle grinder. So I thought, right, I'll have this apart. Anyway, in this one it was quite good, but there was a fusible link, so therefore I just soldered a piece of wire across it and away it went, and it charges in the charger. So that's a good thing. I'm really pleased with that. So from time to time I do pick up Makita batteries, the BL1830s, the 18 volt from 3 amp hour upwards, and I did try and repair some of these batteries for my mate Mark, a long time ago now, might be 10 years ago now, and he bought fairly cheap ones, non-genuine ones, and the interesting thing was it wasn't fully balanced charged. There was the positive at one end and the negative at the other end, and then there was a link in the middle, so it didn't go to each cell, which is not a very good thing. Anyway, I did replace some cells in those, and it turned out it was the BMS, you know, the old I'm not going to allow you to charge this anymore because I know better than you chip. Anyway, so there you go. So I picked this one up recently, and I also picked this one up, which is a Makita type, but it doesn't say Makita on the side, whereas this one, half of it's gone, so I'm assuming it would say Makita, but whether or not it is a Makita, anyway, this one just says power tool battery, and then it goes BL1830 18 volt 3 amp hour. So we know this 6 amp hour is a good one, and I thought we'd just investigate these two. One is definitely a lookalike, another is I'm not quite too sure, because some of the labels nowadays cannot be trusted, and it doesn't actually say Makita here. All it goes is corporation made in China, so it's a lookalike. So let's take both of these apart and see if the balanced charging is any good. But first of all, we'll plug them into the charger and see what they do. I know what they do, but I just want to show. Okay, this is the lookalike. Doesn't like it at all, does it? It goes, no, 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 you're not worthy. Okay, this is the one I picked up a couple of days ago, and I thought, whoopee, it's charging, that's marvellous, brilliant. But it kept charging and charging and charging and didn't switch off. Yeah, that is still illuminated. I can't tell what red, green, you see, just typical. Is that red or is it green? I don't know. Anyway, I know from experience that the charger wouldn't switch off. So So we'll take this one apart first, which is the one that caused the alarm, and then we'll take the other one apart. Now, how are we going to do this? So here we go. I think, yeah, this is a T10, and normally a, come on, there you go, a Makita battery has a white plug in one of these. Normally it's that one, and this one doesn't have that, so that's sort of interesting. There we go. And the Makita have the horrible T10 security screws with a little pin sticking up in the middle. Why? Don't know. None of that makes any sense to me. So we lift that off. Okay. Interesting. Right, let's lift it out. Take that spring off. Lift it out. Yeah. There are no connections. There's connection there, and that's it. And we turn this round, and there's a connection there, but there's none here. So this, it isn't or doesn't have, there's one. See that there? That's one balanced charge. So it charges that or those, which is a bit poor, isn't it? These black ones here are the temperature sensor. So that is very poor. So it's not a genuine Makita. Okay, we'll put that to one side. So this is rather like the ones that I tried to fix for Mark. And if you notice, it's got quite a small board, yeah, and doesn't seem like it's got any extra tap-ins for balanced charging. Let's have a look at this one. This one, there it is. Interestingly, this one has got posi screws. So we'll just have to see. This is buying cheap replacement, really cheap replacement batteries. They're really cheap for a reason, although the Makita batteries are really expensive for the opposite reason, just pure profiteering from what I can gather. It's just as bad as the what's holding this? Is it that's still holding it? Just as bad as the Dyson batteries, where the BMS fails on those by design. Right, let's have a look here. So we got this. Look at this. It's really pretty poor soldering. Yeah. We have a, what have we got here? Okay, so that is the the thermal sensor, and it comes off 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of cells, so it comes off 16 volts, not the 20 or the 18, yeah, but it has no balance charging whatsoever. So this was the one that the charger did accept, that's the word. So let's have a look. When I look there and there, the soldering is pretty rubbish. So we're on DC volts, 3.9, 405, 0.1, nothing, 3.9. Well, I tried to charge those two up and not really happening. So this is the heat sensor, and I think gives me an idea, because the soldering is rubbish, that shouldn't have been soldered there. It should have been soldered there, yeah, to the middle of the pack. So, but there you go. Anyway, these two lots are destroyed, so it's not worth messing about really. But I did undo the screw there and have a look on the underside of here, and let's just zoom down on that if we can. So there is that balanced, or not really balanced, there's that axis charging sensor wire, and these are all the connections to this yellow connector here. So I'm not entirely sure how any of this works, whether or not these are only in a sensory capacity to tell the charger what's going on. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 connections there. Don't think you can quite see that. There we are. There's 7 connections there, and then of course we've got a positive here and a negative there. So I'm going to have to think about that one a bit. Maybe do a few experiments, but I don't want to blow my charger up. And of course, it won't start charging until it has the right signals, so it all gets probably fairly complicated. Anyway, that's just another set of thoughts. It's been put together wrong with that balanced wire. Let's zoom out. The balanced wire in the wrong place. So this battery that I got out of the scrap, that's a 6, is a Vanon battery, and this had full balance charging. So it's a matter of knowing what the good makes are if you don't want to buy genuine. And if you buy genuine second hand, it's almost guaranteed that the old board will be acting up. So what I do with those is let me have a look. Let me just try and remember what's going on here. It's that way around. Yeah, this is the positive, that's the negative. I just put 19.8 volts in there with the bench power supply on about 300 milliamps regulated, and it will trickle charge the whole lot. Okay, this is a pack out of a genuine Makita, and as you can see, here's the negative, and we have a wire to there, and this is proper balance charging. So it goes from the negative to there, and then that is connected to there anyway. So we're coming through, and on the other side we have a balance charging wire, and that is connected from there to there. So we got number 3, which comes over to there, and a balance charging wire. 3 to 4 are connected, coming over, and another balanced charging wire. So that's what I'm talking about, balanced charging. But that other one, the one with a wire there, well, I've seen it where there's just one wire there, and whether or not it's balanced charging of a form, or whether it's just a sensing to sense voltage. But that last one with the wire, with one wire there, is it just sensing the voltage of this particular cell and maybe sensing the voltage of the whole pack and guessing that the rest are correct? Maybe. But if that's the case, what's it going to do if some of these are low? Say that voltage is right but the whole pack voltage is low. I suppose it will keep charging it. Yeah, which is what was happening even though we had several cells that were showing virtually no voltage. Anyway, that's what balanced charging is. It's all a mystery to me. Of course, the secret is not to go to the point where it's flat. Yeah, just think, oh, it's losing a bit of power, I'll charge it up now. The problem with a lot of these things is people use them till they switch off and then charge them up, and it's the quickest way to damage the BMS. Anyway, hopefully you found this interesting. That's scrap, which is quite unfortunate. Yeah. Anyway, catch up with you soon. Cheers for now.